this is Nikki from Natty Nikki, and it's been, well, quite a while since I sat and did one of these. So I thought I would do a Life Lately update. I'm sure you probably all think that I've just completely fallen off the face of the earth. I am still here. It's just the last probably 6-7 months have been ridiculously busy on the personal front, on my home life front, my work front. So YouTubing and blogging, all of that has basically taken a total back seat. I haven't really done very much at all about anything. Also, some things have kind of changed in my personal life. Not drastic, nothing really major, but yeah, some things have changed, which I was going to kind of sort of touch on really in a minute. And there's some more changes to come. Quite exciting ones, got to say. Not scary ones, but exciting ones. There's some changes on the horizon. So in terms of my YouTube and my blog, at the moment I don't quite know where I'm headed with anything. Like I say, my main focus has had to literally be my work life for the last couple of months, as I was covering a position at work that meant I really had very little time for blogging, YouTubing, anything else. But that's kind of died down a bit now. I'm back to my original position at work, but I'm still full-time and I still don't have a great deal of time to myself. So anyway, we'll see. Anyway, so that's enough of that. One of the big changes, and it's something that if you follow me on social media, if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen me mention this occasionally. Back in September of last year, I started going to a MMA gym. For those of you who don't know what an MMA gym, it's mixed martial arts. It's a gym local to where I work. It started off as a team building thing through work. My boss phoned up one day and said, how would you feel about a group of you going to this local gym and learning some self-defence and whatnot? And I was like, I suppose so. I was like, my knee-jerk reaction was to say no, I don't want to go. I was really scared, and I thought, no. I thought, okay, come on, you're going to have to do it. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll go along. So cue me having to then panic buy a new sports bra, because the one I owned at the time had been zumbered to death, hadn't been used for absolutely ages, didn't fit me anymore. So I had to panic buy a sports bra, had to root through my wardrobe to see if I had something like exercise appropriate, and went along. And I was terrified. I'm not going to lie, I was absolutely terrified. I walked into this mixed martial arts gym. I had no idea what to expect. It was crazy, but it was really good fun. And I got to throw my 6'4", I hate not 6'4", but my 6 foot boss on the floor, which was quite funny. But I was really quite terrified, and I had a lot of internal hang-ups, shall we say, that I had to overcome, and a lot of inner demons I had to overcome to sort of keep going back. So I started going back, and we started doing different things, and then we started doing some circuit training, and then we started doing something that I have discovered that I really, really love, and that is boxing. If you had said to me a year ago that by this point in time of my life that I would be boxing, I would have just looked at you like you'd lost the plot. I'd be like, what are you talking about? Oh, I don't box. I'm not a boxer. But I've been learning to box. I'm not very good at it. I'm not going to lie. But I absolutely love it. So much so that here are my boxing gloves that I use at the moment. And you can actually see, I don't know if you can see on this one, but you can actually see where I'm starting. Look, I'm punching that hard. I've been wearing it out. So I have discovered a love of boxing to the point now where all of us who I go, because I go with a group of colleagues from work, pretty much women as well, it's amazing. We are now having to wear hand wraps under our gloves because we are punching so hard. So that's like an amazing achievement. So what started off as a terrifying ordeal, because it was a bit of an ordeal, has now become something I do every Monday and I absolutely love. But then it kind of grew from that. So what happened was, one Saturday I was out with Mr. S and Oliver, and we were at ICC, or International Convention Centre in Birmingham, if you don't know what the ICC stands for. And there was a bodybuilding conference on. Now, by this point, I've been going to the gym for a little while and doing my boxing and was starting to get a little bit fitter. Things were changing. And I saw these people around me. I mean, some of them were just really, you know. There was various shapes and sizes, but this woman walked past me and she had the most amazing muscular legs. And I looked at Mr. S and I was like, oh, I want legs like that. And his reply was, well, you can, but you need to work out. You need to do some weight training. Why don't you ask the trainer who does your boxing? And as it turns out, he also does personal training. So I asked and said, could I come down an extra day and do some one-to-one? Not boxing, but can I do some weight training? And he was like, yeah. So I did. And since that time, which I think was around about maybe October, November time, I can't quite remember when I started, I now do a session a week of weight training in the gym, at the same gym I go to box. And between you and me, I love it. Absolutely love it. I've never been the biggest fan of exercise, I'm not going to lie. I'm quite a lazy bum at heart, terribly lazy. And I have definitely found something that I love, which is the boxing and the weight training. The weight training is just amazing. I literally take 2 days to recover after most of my sessions, because when you're working with a personal trainer, which is something I've never ever done in my life, I have got to the age of nearly 43 and never done any of this, so this is all quite, you know, eye-opening to me. It takes me 2 days to recover because he pushes me to my absolute limit. And for me it works really well, because I think without him there by my side I would just give up and be like, oh, I'm not going to do it today. Blah. And I've seen progression in terms of the amount of weight that I can manage and the amount of repetitions I can do, blah blah blah, whatever, all of that. And it's had a real knock-on effect, not just on my physical health, but on my mental health. I think that's the biggest thing I have seen. It has massively improved my mental health, hugely. Obviously, I have lost weight. Haven't really been talking about it on social media because it's quite personal. You know, it is quite a personal thing. I have lost weight. I've lost over 2 stone now since I started doing all of this. And I will say this, I was happy as I was before I lost the weight, and I'm happy now. I don't, you know, there's no sort of, oh, you know, I needed to lose weight. It wasn't really intentional. It just kind of started after I started at the gym. I started to lose some weight. And then with all the weight training and everything, what I'm sort of trying to do at the moment is I'm trying to sort of build muscle mass. So, you know, sort of just trying to change the sort of shape and just build all my muscles and stuff. I'm not dieting. I'm not doing Slimming World or Weight Watchers or any silly fatty diets or any of that nonsense. I'm still not a very big fan of those. I'm more mindful. I suppose I'm more mindful of what I eat, but I'm not a martyr to it. You know, what I'm trying to do is just live my best life. That's my aim. And this is the gym I go to. I'm just going to stand up so you can maybe just see that there. Look. Fearless MMA. Give them a little plug. That is where I go. They're very good. So that's what I've been doing, basically. I've been at the gym. I've been going back to going out walking again. Trying to do sort of a bit of walking and just generally improve my fitness levels, which I think I've managed to do. I actually did download the Couch to 5K app and tried it out on Friday after work. I was supposed to go and do day 2 today, but things have got in the way today and I just haven't been able to get the time to go out today, so I've had to sort of shelve it and I'll have to come back to it later in the week. So that's basically where my life is now. The next thing to talk about, there is a bit of a thing happening in May, and this is something that sorry, my phone keeps, I'm recording on my iPhone and the light keeps going funny. This is something I never thought as a family that we would do. So obviously there's Mr. S and there's Oliver and there's Bonnie the cat. That's our current family unit that we have. And I've only ever owned cats and some pet rats. I did have some pet rats a few years ago that I loved. They make brilliant pets. If you're ever thinking about having a small pet, especially if you've got children, definitely recommend rats. A lot of people are like, oh, rats. No, they make amazing pets. But I digress anyway. So, over the last couple of months, we have been thinking about rescuing a dog. Now, this is something I've never really given much thought to before. That sounds ridiculous, isn't it? But I haven't. I've always been a cat person. But my sister-in-law has two gorgeous Cavaliers. King Charles Cavaliers, or Cavalier King Charles. I never know which way around you say it. And they're beautiful. And it sort of got me to thinking, and they are lovely. And over the last couple of months, I've had this sort of thing. I'm like, oh, it'd be quite, we could have a dog. It'd be quite nice, a bit of company for Mr. S. And because, excuse me, he goes out walking every day, and I was like, well, you could walk a dog. It'd be quite good fun. So we started to think about it, and then we started to look at it. Then we looked at lots of Cavaliers because we really wanted a rescue dog. This was my main thing. I wanted a rescue dog because I'm very much this is my personal belief. I'm very much, if you're going to get a dog or a cat or something like that you try and find a rescue one, because there's lots out there that need homes. Like Bonnie was a rescue. But rescue Cavaliers are really hard to come by. And if you do buy a puppy from a breeder, they are very expensive, very, very expensive. It was just ridiculous money, and I was like, no, I can't do that. Anyway, we've been backwards and forwards on pretty much every rescue site you can imagine. We've even visited 2 sanctuaries that had no suitable dogs. That was really upsetting, gotta say. I didn't like that, seeing these poor dogs in these like sort of kennel things. It was just heartbreaking. And the only dog that she wasn't really suitable. The only dog that I saw at one of them that I kind of liked was a big black Labrador, but our house really isn't big enough for a Labrador, and she was 7, and I could have just taken her home, but she wasn't really suitable to us, but it just broke my heart. Anyway, eventually Mr. S discovers a website called Dogsblog. Dogsblog.com is where we went, and he inquired about a doggy through a rescue, and it turns out this dog is in Spain, but they sort them out and then they rescue them and they bring them over to the UK. But she had already been reserved, so we couldn't have her. So they then recommended another dog, who we were like, yes, absolutely, that's the dog we want. Filled out all the adoption forms, everything, had a home check, passed the home check, passed the adoption forms, all good to go. On the Friday night, we get an email to say, you've passed the home check. We would love you to adopt, but we're so sorry to tell you this, but the dog that you're wanting to adopt has been in an unfortunate accident and as a consequence has passed away. And I was just heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken. But they then said, look, we know it's a bit of a shock, but we have got these other dogs that we think would be suited to what you're looking for, because we want a sort of small to medium dog. I can't have a large dog, so the house isn't big enough, and one that can be okay with children, so obviously Oliver, and one that can be okay with cats, because obviously Bonnie. And they said, we've got puppies, and we'd like to give you first refusal on any of these dogs, including puppies. So we chose one of the puppies. Next morning they came back, it's such a saga, came back and said, that's brilliant, but we think her sister might be more suited because she's going to be smaller. So we looked at her, we had a sort of discussion, and we went, yep, fine, we'll go with her. And her name is Piper. They are named after charms. They are Piper, Phoebe and Prue. We were going to have Prue, but we're now having Piper. She's a crossbreed. Don't ask me what she's crossed with. They don't know. We're not really sure. She's quite dinky. She's only 3 months old. And she is due to arrive in the UK next month. This is going to be May. And we've just got to go through all the sorting out of everything. But we have paid the adoption fee. We've started buying dog stuff. So it's all quite real. So this time, where are we now? We're nearly at the end of April. So in a month's time from today, I will be the owner of a puppy. Now, obviously, the cat doesn't know any of this. We don't know how she's going to react. We have got plans in place. Don't worry, I'm not being an irresponsible cat owner. We do have plans in place for the cat to ease the transition of a new animal coming into the house. We've sought advice, we've checked everything out. And it's a puppy, and the puppy, we will obviously make sure they interact properly and all of that. So all of that to look forward to. It's all been a bit stressful. I'm not going to lie, it has been a bit stressful. There were times when I honestly thought we just weren't going to find a dog at all that was suitable, because what happens as well with a lot of the rescue dogs, especially the popular breeds, is as soon as they go into rescue, they're just snapped up straight away. They're just so hard to get. So who knows? In a month's time, I'm going to have a puppy in the house called Piper. I will come back when she's here. We'll let her get all settled in, and then we will hopefully do some little YouTube videos introducing her to the world and everybody, so you can all see her and see how she's getting on. I'm excited. I'm really nervous all at the same time because I really don't know what to expect. I don't know how it's going to be. Oliver's really excited. Mr. S is really excited. So yeah, watch this space. There could be a puppy in the house. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, that's my life. That's how my life has been for the last couple of months, which is probably why you haven't really seen me around. And I will come back. I'm probably not going to do any videos now between now and when the puppy comes, because I really don't have anything of major interest to share. Sorry to say. It's really boring. So once the puppy's here and we're all settled in, then hopefully we'll have some puppy updates and we'll see what happens. Wish us luck, because this could be one huge roller coaster ride, and I'm sure it'll all be great and fun and everything, so we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, that's it from me. Don't forget, as always, please like and subscribe. I'm also on Instagram at Natty Nikki. You can find me. I have a little Facebook page, Natty Nikki. Apologies because it's not really getting updated that regularly, but it is there. And you can find me on Twitter at Natty Nikki. I used to be GamerGirl0621, but I did finally change my Twitter handle. I think I've got some underscores in there somewhere. But if you just look Natty Nikki, you'll find me. I'm sure you'll find me. Anyway, until I see you all again with Puppy, have a good few weeks, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.